Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what is overnight finance because I came across this project. I was looking at the yields on places like XtraFi and Beefy, and they're very good yields. I kept trying to figure out, okay, well, what is the underlying token? What is this OVN token about? What is this USD Plus all about? And there's just not a lot of good content out there that explains what this protocol is. So let me just get this out of the way. This is not sponsored content. I promise you, if I ever put up sponsored content, I will always let you know that it is sponsored. I will be transparent and I will be upfront about that. But this is just a protocol that I'm sincerely interested in. I've done some research on. I didn't find a lot of video content out about it. So I decided I would do a quick video just talking about what's going on with this protocol because I think there's a lot of potential. This thing has a pretty low market cap for something that is unique enough that it could go mainstream crypto. And if that happened, then there could be some massive gains to be had. Never mind the fact of earning good passive yield just on your cryptocurrency, while your cryptocurrency is doing nothing more than sitting in your wallet and you have full custody of it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about overnight finance. So overnight finance, if you just quickly come over here and take a look at the market, the past 7 days, the market's been pretty red. It's been down a lot. What's interesting is come look at overnight finance. Overnight finance in the past 7 days has actually been up significantly. There was a dip back here. We'll talk about what happened here, but you can see they pretty quickly recovered from that dip, and the price is doing really, really good. By the way, there's only 21,000 OVN in circulation. If that's accurate, that's crazy, but it does make sense on how they're minting that token. The fully diluted market cap is only 52 million. I personally believe that this thing could explode. By the way, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a very passionate cryptocurrency enthusiast. I love earning passive income in cryptocurrency. And if you like earning passive income, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Okay, let's quickly take a look at what overnight is doing. We're not going to get into the weeds here, but just to show you quickly their money markets. This is sort of the main staple of overnight finance. So they have only $6 million in here, which is crazy. The USDC has 10 million and the USDC plus ETH has 3.2 ETH. That's crazy. USDT plus 4 million. The main focus is obviously on stablecoin 9,000. Oh, that's only on Arbitrum as well. They're also on Base, they're on Optimism, they're on a lot of the different chains. But let me just come over here and take a look at this. Let me show you what you do with these protocols. When you purchase or mint USD plus, USDC, USDT plus, DAI plus, you're going to get an APY. And by the way, you can see the past month the APY has been as high as 16% on USD plus. This is a fully collateralized quote unquote stable coin, and that makes some pretty juicy yields. When I say it's fully collateralized, they have every dollar value for every USD plus token, they have a dollar value collateralized in their own investment strategies. We'll take a look at their strategies here in a moment. But when you ask yourself, how are they able to pay out this APY? They're paying this APY based on their own DeFi portfolio of assets. So for Arbitrum, and again, they have this also on Base, these are the assets that they have or the investment strategies that they're currently using. You can see exactly how much they have available, what percentage is in each strategy. It's pretty transparent. You can also come over here and you can look at on DBank. Check this out. So there is 743,000 here. There should be 743,000 here. So it's pretty interesting that you can actually see on DBank what they're doing. I mean, this is real DeFi. Like, this is very, very decentralized. This is not like you're putting your money in some sort of black box. You're supposed to be trading it. You're getting a yield. You can't verify the yield. You can actually verify everything that they're doing here. And again, you can use USDC and get USD plus and earn a yield of 9.8% on your USD plus on the Base chain. Let me just quickly take a look at these strategies. You can see that they are basically providing LP in these different pools, and that's where the rewards or the APY is coming from. They also operate something on some of these, like right here. They do something called to get slightly higher yields. They do something that they call delta neutral strategies, and I'm trying to just to show you the delta. They're not showing it here. Let me come over here. Do they show it here? No, it's because they're still on base. Right here. So if you see USDT on Arbitrum, they're showing some delta neutral strategies because this is another strategy that they're doing. This is basically where they're lending their assets to a protocol, and then they are withdrawing those part of those assets, and they're using that for collateral. So they're taking on a little bit of risk, but the goal is to be delta neutral. To explain what delta neutral means, it means that if the market goes up, they're not going to make massive gains if the market goes up. If the market goes down, they're not going to take massive losses. They're essentially using a strategy that is focused on maximizing the yields they're going to earn with the money they have invested, with the hope of not being at too much risk of market direction. Again, this is primarily used for stable coins. Now, just so you understand how they pay this yield out, if you have $1,000 of USDT and they make 17% in a year on that, or APY on that, what that essentially means is theoretically at the end of a year, instead of having 1,000 USDT plus, each one of them equal to 1 USDT, you would have 1,170, 17% more sitting in your wallet. So you would have 1,170 USDT plus. Each one of those USDT plus would be backed by $1. So just to understand how this works, whenever they make a profit here, they essentially, the actual plus tokens, all of these tokens are rebase tokens. So essentially they can mint additional tokens that show up in your wallet. They just show up there, and each time they mint additional tokens, it's because the protocol has grown in value. Now, theoretically, it's also possible for them to lose money, and if they lose money, then there would be what's called a negative rebase. Instead of having 1,000 USDC in your wallet, USDC plus, you would have, if there was a 10% negative rebase, you would have 900. But keep in mind, what they're doing is not that extreme. They're using proven strategies that should work. The only risk you're really going to have here is smart contract risk of some of the most or some of the largest decentralized protocols, essentially, like Aave, for example, siloed finance. However, even if you lose money for whatever reason, if there's some sort of exploit, they do have an insurance fund. This is very interesting. The OVN token itself has $52 is the current price, $52.29. Market cap of $1 million. Total value locked is only $9.9 million. There's a lot of room for this. Down here you can see kind of the tokenomics, but the OVN token in and of itself serves as an insurance fund. Now they're saying very high because there was a recent exploit. Sony Finance had a major hack, and obviously the insurance fund had to, it got drained essentially. And because it got drained right now, the insurance fund is showing that it's pretty high risk, but the APY is pretty high as well, and it's going up very, very rapidly. Essentially what happens is part of the income from these strategies is used to essentially buy OVN tokens and put them into the insurance vault. If you have OVN tokens or you buy OVN tokens, you're able to come over here and you can mint OVN to OVN insurance. And essentially what happens there is your tokens, as this vault grows, your OVN tokens are 1-to-1. So you essentially are staking in for a part of this vault, and you're going to enjoy this APY. And again, the insurance token is like a rebase token essentially. So you're going to be able to earn more of it. And so when you come to redeem at some point in the future your OVN insurance, you'll get back OVN minted 1-to-1. Now, can you lose OVN insurance tokens? Yes. Whenever you stake into the protocol, to unstake it takes, I think, 2 or 3 days. But if the insurance protocol had to get used, like it did with this exploit, then they would use the OVN tokens in the vault, and you would lose the OVN INS tokens. So that's the risk that you would take, but it's a much higher APY, and this APY is probably going to continue to grow for some time. You can only stake the OVN tokens on Arbitrum and Optimism. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, nobody's talking about this right now on YouTube, and I think it's interesting, and I think it's because they don't fully understand how it works, because if you read the documents, It's not super clear in the white paper either. I had to just do a bunch of trial and error, ask questions in the Telegram. And to be very honest with you, there's a couple things I still don't quite understand. Like when this insurance vault pays out, is that somehow triggered automatically? Is there some sort of centralized trigger that does that? I'm not really sure. I asked questions in the Telegram and I got a couple of short answers from community members, but no one told me exactly how that occurred. If you know, down in the comments, let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, all I know is if this actually works, if we can have a way to be able to essentially get, where are we at? I'm trying to go to home. Have a way to be able to get 3% APY on ETH, 16% APY on USD. If this is in fact possible to do in a decentralized manner and it continues to prove to be secure and stable, and this works in various market conditions, because these strategies should work in most market conditions, whether the market goes up or goes down. Where right now could you possibly earn 16% in traditional markets? You couldn't. Now, I don't think most people are going to put like $1 million over here in USD plus, but as time passes, we could see these protocols do really, really well, possibly, potentially. Again, not financial advice. I like this protocol a lot. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to know exactly how I'm investing in the protocol, let me know down in the comments. I may do a video about that as well because I've got a couple of different strategies. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to show you I'm going to start an entire series on one of my favorite passive income streams. You're not going to want to miss it. Thank you for watching. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.